Happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome back to Sportsology. I am your host, Ryank. If you happen to be new to the show, Sportsology is kind of just a mashup mix of my two areas of expertise. I do technology advice all day long. Then I do like daily fantasy sports all day long, baseball, basketball, football. That's my nighttime gig. If you got any questions on either of them, please never hesitate to reach out to me. I got my email listed. Send me an email. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about either one of them. I'm a big fan of both, and I know both fairly well. So if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Today we will start with technology again today. Now, as you can see, I am working from home today. One of the great parts about technology is it gives people the ability to do things like work off-site, work at a different office, or work out of their homes very, very easily. If you happen to be on like an older phone system and you're just kind of just holding on to it saying, you know what, it still works, I still get a dial tone, everything is great here, I would advise consider making a leap because there's a lot of things that you can get out of it that you probably aren't getting out of your old phone system. Some of the things I want to talk about, for example, is what we with Mitel call teleworker. Teleworker is the ability for me to take my phone set that I have right here in my house, bring it home once it's properly configured, plug it into my high-speed internet, and now I have this phone at home all the time. For me, I massively prefer talking on not a cell phone. I would much rather talk on an actual landline phone, and having a phone here gives me the ability to speak with people a little bit easier. It's my actual phone number that I have published on my business cards, etc., listed at the bottom of my email. So the ability to take that to my house and plug it in and it's just part of the network, it's great. As long as you have high-speed internet at home, you're good to go. The next one that kind of goes along with it is going to be what we call the mobility feature, but you may also call it twinning, and that is being able to take your cell phone and have it twin to your desk phone. So it's not call forwarding, it's a little bit different. My cell phone, so after I'm done pressing go ahead and upload this video, I am going to run to the store very quickly to pick up a few essentials, but I will have my cell phone with me. If one of my clients or if my boss calls me in that 15 minutes that I'm gone, it will go right to my cell phone. I can pick it up and it's just like I am in the office or at my home. It may not seem like a big deal, but what I like about that is you can publish one number, the company can own the number. If you're part of ownership or C-level, you don't want employees who quit to have phone number to have clients calling them. So you own the number now. I also enjoy just the ability that if I want to turn it off, I can now turn it off. It's different than actually publishing your phone number or your cell phone number. So that's mobility. Checking voicemail. I can check my voicemail at home. I don't have to wait till I get back in the office because I get it both through my email or I actually have my phone here at my house. I always check it through my email, which we call unified messaging, but that's a conversation for a different day. But it gives me all these cool abilities to be able to be more mobile, to work from home. And yes, it's hard to put a value or measure on soft costs like this, but I look at it this way. If you work in an industry where people call you off your number on the internet, or if they call you still using a phone book, for example, and if they call you and you don't pick up and they move on to the next person, for example, a plumber, somebody doing landscaping, somebody working in a house like that. I know for me, I just had to call a plumber the other day. When somebody didn't pick up, I moved right on to the next guy. So that $300 or $400 I had to spend went to somebody else because you didn't pick up your phone. Increasing your communication abilities like that will only help to make your business better. I used to work for Yellow Book, and I had a lot of clients who complained that they weren't getting enough phone calls. Well, these were the same clients that I would have to call 500 times before anybody ever picked up the phone. It's hard for you to really accelerate your business and get more clients if your communication skills aren't on par with the other people within your industry. So just something to think about. If you got any questions, I'd be more than happy to talk to you about it. But if you're on an old phone system that doesn't have those features, I know it's a big expense, but that's also one of the reasons they have leasing companies out there. It could be a great way to improve the communication both internally and with your customers. Okay. That is technology for the day. Let's move over, and just like I have been doing lately, I'm going to run through my first, just kind of guess at a lineup for the day. I want to reiterate to people these change. This is very, very unlikely going to be what I play going in the nighttime. This is me taking 10 minutes in the morning time just to kind of put together a lineup based on my first impressions. And starting off with the pitchers today, there are just a plethora of options available to you. Lots of great pitchers today. My first choice is I have Adam Conley of the Marlins going up against our Brewers. Yes, going against the Brewers today. The Brewers are very helter-skelter this year. They have a lot of good games and a lot of bad ones, more bad than good. But Conley practically no hit them the other day. Followed it up with another stellar performance. He can strike out people in masses, so I love him at his discounted price of 7,500. Get him in your lineups. That's a great purchase. I don't care if he gives up 20 runs today. It's still a very smart purchase. And then I'm going to pair him, as of right now, with Baltimore Orioles pitcher Kevin Gausman, who's been just phenomenal since coming off the DL. 3 starts so far this year, all 3 of them very high-quality starts. I wish he struck out a few more people, but he's playing Minnesota, and, just like all the other sports, Minnesota's not very good. Catcher, Chris Herman. That might be one you need to pivot away from just because he may not play. He's a backup catcher who plays some outfield. He's really stroking it at the plate right now, so I would get him in your lineup if possible, but make sure he's playing because he's every opportunity for him not to play. But he's in Coors. You always got to look at some guys in Coors. Okay, first baseman, Edwin Encarnacion. I mentioned him yesterday. I like him again today. Matt Cain is not the old Matt Cain. Matt Cain used to be a Cy Young candidate. Now he's a send down to AAA candidate. He's just not. He doesn't have it anymore. And I like all Blue Jays tonight. Derek Dietrich at second base, 3,300. Our Milwaukee Brewers are rolling out Zach Davies tonight. He's not very good. I mean, that's just the truth. He's not a very good hitter or a very good pitcher. So I think you can go up against him. And I would say that almost every Miami Marlin is in play tonight as well. Third base, Jake Lamb. He's absolutely crushing it at the plate the last few days. He's in Coors tonight. I like that a lot. Just a side offer second. I'm going to kind of stay away from a lot of the Rockies players today. De La Rosa has really been pitching well lately. His last start wasn't great, but his couple before that were really good. He's extremely talented, and he gives a lot of really good swing and miss pitches. So it's possible that he can hold the guys from the Rockies in check tonight, at least keep them down to about 3-4 runs, something like that. Okay, shortstop. I got Manny Machado in there. I'm not in love with Machado today. Machado is one of the best players in baseball already, so he's always in play, especially at shortstop, which is always going to be a weaker spot. So that one I could pivot away from, but I got Machado in there for right now. And then I move into the outfield. And with all the cap flexibility by going low on pitching, I can get Giancarlo Stanton, Mike Trout, and the less popular Marlin, who's been really hitting well lately, Marcell Ozuna. So I think all Marlins are in play tonight, but I got 3 of them in here with Dietrich, Ozuna, Stanton. Got to watch for starting lineups. Now, if Dietrich moves back to, say, batting 7th, and Realmuto moves up to first leading off again, I'll get him into the catcher position for sure. So you got to watch that. Batting order means a lot. Really start to understand batting order. It's a big part of DFS. So that's what I got today, guys. Thanks for watching Sportsology. Have an awesome Tuesday, and I'll talk to you soon.